The penultimate weekend of the season, 2 weeks to go until the end of the Premier League. This is the Game Week 37 Premier League predictions. Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today this is my Game Week 37 Premier League predictions. This is my Game Week 37 Premier League predictions, and yeah, this is the penultimate weekend of the season. Obviously we got tomorrow's fixtures, and obviously the game on Monday night between Newcastle and Arsenal. Obviously a few midweek games as well before Sunday's final day of the season. But anyway, smash like, subscribe. Let's get into the video. Alright then, so the first game comes from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is Tottenham versus Burnley. Now obviously this is a very big game in both ends of the table. Obviously Tottenham challenging with Arsenal for the final Champions League place. Burnley, on the other hand, fighting for survival in the Premier League, and both teams could really do with a win. Obviously, Burnley, if they do win, they go 4th. They go a point ahead of Everton before Everton play against Brentford at 4:30, and obviously they could do with Brighton doing them a favour against Leeds tomorrow. So I think the pressure is really on Burnley. Obviously after this, they got Villa, and then they got Newcastle. I think the three teams that they have to play Burnley, they are tough. They are, you could say, on form at the minute. Obviously we did win the other day 3-0 in the North London derby, and that was an absolute massive win. We really had to win that game. And, if we do win, we go 65, 66, 67, 68. We go 2 points above Arsenal before they play Newcastle on Monday. To be honest, and by the way, the atmosphere on the atmosphere on Thursday was absolutely incredible. And Antonio Conte's come out and said he wants to see the same atmosphere tomorrow like it was on Thursday, because the performance was just incredible. The atmosphere was incredible. And Conte has come out and said that he wants to see that tomorrow against Burnley. I know it's only Burnley, but if we produce that kind of atmosphere, we potentially could go on and play in the Champions League next season. And even Heung-min Son has come out and said he would scrap the Golden Boot and try and get Tottenham into the Champions League, which is what I love to see. But yeah, to be honest, I think we will get the job done, and I think the full-time result will be Tottenham 3, Burnley 0. I'm going to say a 3-0 home win for Tottenham. Alright then, so the next game comes from Villa Park. It is Aston Villa as they take on Crystal Palace. Now, obviously, Aston Villa, their last game being a narrow 2-1 defeat against Liverpool. Crystal Palace winning 1-0 against Watford. Obviously, 3 games to go for Crystal Palace. A bit of an irrelevant game, not much to play for, but I'm guessing both Villa and Palace will probably want to finish inside the top half, so I'm guessing that's what both teams will be probably wanting to fight for. Villa recently, I think they really have turned on, even though they did lose to Liverpool the other day. Against Norwich and Burnley lately, Villa have been very good. I think Villa especially against Liverpool, I think they played very well, and I think they could get something against Crystal Palace, who are obviously fighting with Villa to finish inside the top half. Obviously, another big boost for Villa. Felipe Coutinho was signed on a permanent deal, which is brilliant for them. And to be honest, I think Villa are going to get the job done. They played absolutely amazing the other night. Even though they did lose, they played very well. So my prediction, I'm going to say Aston Villa 2, Crystal Palace 1. I'm going to say 2-1 home win for Aston Villa. Alright then, so the next game comes from Ellen Road as Leeds United take on Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, this game is an absolute must-win game for Leeds United. Obviously, they've lost the last 3 against Manchester City, Arsenal and Chelsea. And Leeds, they're playing against the Brighton team who won 4-0 against Manchester United. So the Brighton fans will be feeling in a good mood going up to West Yorkshire tomorrow. But Leeds, this is a massive game for them. Last time Brighton Brighton actually do have quite a decent away record at Ellen Road. Last time Leeds actually beat Brighton at Ellen Road was in 2013. It was 2-1 to Leeds, goals from Ross McCormack and Luke Murphy with the goals for Leeds. And that was the last time Leeds won at home against Brighton. Ever since then, it's been a win. Brighton, they have won at Ellen Road since. And Brighton, they have a good record at Ellen Road. Well, they have a good record against they have a good record against Leeds. They've won 10 games in 15 matches played against Leeds. So Brighton do have a decent record against Leeds United. But like I've said, it is a really big game for Leeds. They really need to pick up the 3 points Leeds if they want to stay up in the Premier League. And to be honest, I don't think they will do that, unfortunately. They're just a bit sloppy right now. They were absolutely atrocious in the last game. They were atrocious against Arsenal. They were atrocious against Chelsea. And for me, I'm going to say Leeds 0, Brighton 2. I'm going to say a 2-0 away win for Brighton. And that potentially could be Leeds all but confirmed as relegated. Alright then, so the next game comes from Vicarage Road as already relegated Watford take on Leicester City. Now again, it isn't really an important game. You know, Watford are already down. Leicester have really nothing to play for. It is a bit of a boring game at Vicarage Road tomorrow afternoon, but Watford, like I said, they're already down. I don't really see the point anymore of Watford trying, but you know they'll want to try and get as many points as possible for their remaining games. But Leicester, like I've said, they're not really, you know, to be honest, Leicester, you know, they played Norwich the other day. They did very well the other day against Norwich. To be fair, it was 0-0 at half time. But obviously Leicester came out the second half and won. But Watford, I think Leicester should comfortably win this game. So I'm going to say Watford 0, Leicester 3, 3-0 to Leicester. Alright then, so the next game comes from the London Stadium. It is a big game towards the top of the Premier League. It is West Ham United versus Manchester City. West Ham United chasing for the final Europa League place. A win for Manchester City, they go 6 points clear of Liverpool before they play Southampton on Tuesday. And could this game all but confirm Manchester City as the champions of England? They need 4 points from their remaining 2 games to be crowned as champions, and 3 points tomorrow against West Ham. They only need a draw on the final game of the season against Aston Villa to win the league. You never know, they could actually win the league on Tuesday, whatever happens between Southampton and Liverpool. If Liverpool drop points, City have won the league, so you never know. But this game is a big game for both West Ham and Man City. Obviously, West Ham absolutely smashing Norwich, and they really needed to win that game because they've lost their last 4 games. You know, 2 Europa League games against Frankfurt and 2 Premier League losses against Chelsea and Arsenal. See, after this, West Ham do have West Ham having a away trip to Brighton to look forward to, but it's going to be a tough game for West Ham. City will be up for it, you know. City, all they can focus now is the Premier League. You know, there are very competition, and I think full focus for Manchester City will be on the Premier League, and I think they should go to the London Stadium and pick up the 3 points. West Ham, though, they are quite a decent team, but I'm going to back City to win 3-1. West Ham 1, Manchester City 3, 3-1 to Manchester City. Alright then, so the next game is Wolves against Norwich. I'm looking at the form table. Wolves and Norwich are down there. Wolves have been absolutely terrible recently. They got absolutely pumped 5-1 by Manchester City, and that was absolutely embarrassing for Wolves. Norwich getting pumped recently. They got pumped 4-0 by West Ham and pumped 3-0 by Leicester, and it's just been a very disappointing season for Norwich City. You know, they haven't won since the 10th of April when they beat Burnley. Ever since then, they got losses against Manchester United, Newcastle, Villa, West Ham and Leicester. But obviously, last time they played against Wolves. They actually beat them 1-0 away from home. So can Norwich go to Molineux and win? To be honest, no, because Norwich are just absolutely. It's just a bad time at Norwich. All the fans want their owners to go. It's just an absolute shambles at Norwich right now. Wolves, to be fair, this is quite good for them. They just played Manchester City and now they've got an easy game here against Norwich. And to be honest, I am going to back Wolves and say Wolves 2, Norwich 0. I'm going to say a 2-0 home win for Wolves. Alright then, so the next game comes from Goodison Park. It is a big game between Everton and Brentford. Now, what a turnaround it really has been for Everton. And you never know, could this game confirm Everton as a Premier League club next season if other results do go their way? Either today or Thursday, Everton could be in a Premier League club for next season. And to be honest, as a Spurs fan, Arsenal have Everton on the last day of the season, so we could kind of do with Everton maybe losing this game, you never know, or Everton maybe dropping some points, you never know, but Everton, they are doing very, very good. They're doing very good at the minute. They're unbeaten in the last 3, but apparently the other day Everton were very, very atrocious. The fans weren't happy drawing to Watford, and looking at Brentford, they beat Southampton 3-0. Very good performance by Brentford. So it will be a close game at Goodison Park between Everton and Brentford. But Everton, obviously, last game at Goodison Park, I think they beat Chelsea, which was a very good result for Everton, I'm not going to lie. But if they put in that same performance, they should go on and win against Brentford. But Brentford, they've got the likes of Christian Eriksen, Ivan Toney, Brian Mbeumo. They have got some good players in their team. But I think I am going to back Everton. I know they played quite crap the other day against Watford, but I think Everton will win. I'm going to say Everton 2, Brentford 1, 2-1 to Everton. Alright then, so we now move on to the game on Monday the 16th. It is Newcastle versus Arsenal. Now, if I really have to be honest, I know Newcastle are missing a lot of players, but they're not really big players. But I'm not going to lie, I can actually see Newcastle. Now, you could call me biased, but in my opinion, I can actually see Newcastle getting something out of this game. I'm not going to lie. Newcastle, if you look at their, I know they lost 5-0 to Manchester City. I've lost 1-0 against Liverpool. But, they played Man City away. And, of course, Man City are going to win. They're the home team. But against Liverpool at home, they gave Liverpool a good game. Looking at their last 4 games at St James's Park. 3 wins out of 4 at St James's Park. Wins against Wolves, Leicester and Crystal Palace. But to be honest, last time they played one of the big clubs at home was Manchester United. They drew 1-1. And that's a good result for Newcastle. And Arsenal, they're missing Gabriel, they're missing Tierney, they're missing Partey. They're missing a lot of defensive players, Arsenal. So they might have to they might have to change their formation maybe. I don't know what Arsenal are going to do on Monday against Newcastle. But I know Newcastle are missing Shelvey, Willock and Fraser, which are big losses for them. But, obviously their last game, the 5-0 loss against Manchester City. But, they still have the likes of Saint-Maximin, Almiron, Joe Linton. To be honest, I think generally I will not be surprised if Newcastle win this game. I could see Newcastle getting something. Arsenal missing a lot of defensive players. I can see Newcastle getting something. I know I've already said it a lot of times. For me, I think Newcastle are going to draw. I think they are going to draw, and that will be massive for us if we can beat Burnley tomorrow. So I'm going to say Newcastle 2, Arsenal 2. I'm going to say 2-2, which would be absolutely massive for us. Alright then, so we now move on to 4 midweek fixtures, and the first one is Southampton against Liverpool. Now, Liverpool did in fact play today in the FA Cup final. They beat Chelsea on penalties, and I'm not going to lie, it was a very good performance by Liverpool, but they couldn't really celebrate properly with the fans. They couldn't do a bus parade and that because they have to focus for this massive game which could confirm Man City which could confirm Man City as champions, but I don't think that will happen. Southampton, they got pumped by Brentford. Liverpool played very, very well today in that FA Cup final. I think they were the better team, if I have to be honest. Chelsea did have their chances, but Liverpool, they were just all over Chelsea at Wembley today. And to be honest, I think they'll go to the South Coast and pick up the 3 points. I know they'll be feeling quite tired, but I think Liverpool are going to win. I'm going to say Southampton 0, Liverpool 4. 4-0 to Liverpool. Alright then, so these are 2 rescheduled games, I think. I'm not really sure, to be fair. But the next game comes on Thursday, the 19th of May, after the Europa League final. It is Everton versus Crystal Palace. Now, Everton, you know, they play Brentford tomorrow. And to be honest, I can see Everton getting something. I'm not gonna lie. I said I think they will beat Brentford, but I think out of Brentford and Palace, I think Palace could be a harder game. I know Palace have got a difficult game at Villa Park tomorrow, which I think they will lose because Villa are on some okay form. But to be honest, I'm gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna say 1-1. I think it'll be an interesting game, but I think it's going to end 1-1 at Goodison Park. Alright then, so the next game comes from Villa Park. It is Aston Villa versus Burnley. Now Burnley obviously have Spurs tomorrow, and then they head to Villa Park on Thursday. Again, a really big game for Burnley, and that game is a massive game for Burnley. It's their game in hand on Everton and Leeds, so they really need to pick up. If they don't pick up a result tomorrow, they really need to go all out on Thursday against Aston Villa. If not, it's all to play for on the last day of the season against Newcastle. It is going to be a massive game for Burnley at Villa Park. They really need to pick up the points, but Burnley, they're missing a lot of players. Villa aren't missing many. Villa are very good at the minute, so I'm going to say Aston Villa 3, Burnley 0. I'm going to say a 3-0 home win for Aston Villa. Alright then, and the final game is Chelsea against Leicester, which is a rescheduled game. Obviously Chelsea did lose today in the FA Cup final against Liverpool, which, to be honest, they were quite poor. I'm not going to lie. I think Liverpool, like I said earlier, I think they were the better team. But, you know, they can't win any other trophies now. I think, looking at the Premier League table, you know, I think they've got the amount of points to confirm themselves in the Champions League next season. But this, again, is a bit of an irrelevant game. Chelsea, could they still finish down in... they could finish 5th, but I don't know, to be fair. I think they probably might stay 3rd, to be honest. I think they probably will stay 3rd, to be honest. I think they'll beat Leicester. I'm not going to lie. I know Leicester will be up for it. They want to try finish as high as possible. But to be honest, I think Chelsea are going to win. I'm going to say Chelsea 2, Leicester City 1. I'm going to say 2-1 to Chelsea. Alright then, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash like, subscribe. And obviously, we are nearing the end of the Premier League predictions. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you in the next video, which will be the Tottenham Burnley preview. But anyway, see you next time.